G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video, I'm going to be going over how I went last week in my tips and then giving you my tips for round two. Very excited to get into this one, guys. Obviously you can see from here I did not do good last week, but we'll go through each game and have a little bit of a chat. It won't be too much. If you want to see more of an analysis, check out my podcast, guys. It'll drop tomorrow. Look, I was a bit disappointed, obviously. I think most people were. So to start things off, I went Parramatta to beat the Storm. I'm not as disappointed as I probably should be. Look, 57% Storm, 43% Eels. Like, it's not that far away from each other, the percentages, realistically. But look, 21 wins in a row for Storm in round one. I probably should have tipped Storm, but I didn't, and that is on me. It was a very close game, though, so I'm not going to be too down in the dumps about it. The next one, got that one right, was stoked with that one. So many people told me I was an idiot for going this one. Why? Warriors playing one of their, well, not their first game at home, but starting the season off at home in front of, their home fans. They were obviously going to win this game. I don't care what anybody says. They were obviously going to win this game. So I think that was a very, very good tip there. I'll take that one. Look, there's not too much to talk about here. 90% win Penrith. If you're the 10% that win Broncos, shout out to you guys because I don't know how you did it. But, I thought Panthers would win this one and win it well, especially at home. Unfortunately, I was wrong about that one. Obviously, I was getting Manly right. Look, I love the Doggies. I think that they're going to have a pretty good year this year. But at Brookie, I couldn't see them winning this game. And I was right. Like DCE, what a standout performance. Shout out to him. Next game, Cowboys, Raiders. Man, 90% going to the Cowboys. Look, it was hot in Townsville. So many people expected the Cowboys to win and win it well. And at halftime, or even when it was 18-0, I thought the Cowboys are going to kill them. But to the Raiders' credit, man, they came out, they played hard, and I thought they did really well. Like, it kind of shocked me there. So, shout out to the Raiders. Like, they turned it around. They played well in the second half. Cowboys, to me, in that second half were very disappointing. Look, I'm glad I got the tip right, but definitely could have been wrong. All right, Rabbits, obviously tipping my boys here. They beat the Sharks. Now, if Nico Hines had have played this game, I probably would have gone Cronulla. People tell me you gotta pick your team. You've always got to pick your team. Look, yes, I do pick with my heart a lot, but at times I want to win a tipping comp. So I will pick against them occasionally. But this one, look, I was very confident we'd win this one, and we did. So, happy with that tip. 9% of people tipping the Dolphins. Shout out to you guys, man. Honestly, wow, what a tip. I expected the Roosters to win this one and win it well. Man, shout out to the Finns, bro. What a win. Good on them. Then we've got the Titans and the Tigers. Man, I owe BKR Sport a massive apology. I underestimated the Titans, and I tell you what, I will not be doing that again. What a good win for the Gold Coast Titans. Honestly, such a good win. Shout out to them. To the Tigers, man, they were really disappointing. Should have brought Appy on earlier. Should have started him. So, look, that it is what it is. But Titans, they look the goods. They do. All right, round two. Jumping in with the Thursday night game, Panthers and Rabbitohs. So this one's a Panthers home game. If Latrell doesn't play, I am going to change my tip to the Panthers, but I do think that the Rabbitohs can win this. Now, again, if Latrell is ruled out, I'm 100% changing my tip because without Latrell, I don't think the Rabbitohs win this game, not these big games. So I'm confident in saying that if Latrell Mitchell plays, the Rabbitohs will win, but I haven't added them into my multi because I just don't know if he'll play or not. So I am tipping the Rabbitohs as of now. If Latrell plays, I'll stick by that tip, but If he doesn't play, then I will be changing. All right, next up, we've got the Eels and the Sharks. I think Parramatta get this one done. We'll go by 8. I think 8's a good margin there. I think the Eels definitely can win this game. I think it'll be a cracker of a game. I think these first 3 games, wow, what quality footy we've got. Honestly, I think it's going to be bloody awesome. But, what am I doing? I'm going to go back over there. Jesus, I'm opening up stuff I shouldn't be. I wanted to close that up. There we go, game info. Jesus, what am I doing? All right, let's have a look and see how people are tipping. Yep, 80% going Parramatta. I agree with that 100%. All right, Broncos and Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys finished off very disappointing in the second half, and for that reason, I think the Broncos win this. I don't know what the percentage is. 61% with the Broncos. Wow. First game of the year at Suncorp for the Broncos. So, I think they're really going to want to turn up for their fans in this one. I think Broncos win this one quite comfortably, to be honest. If I'm doing 1 to 12, Rabbitohs 1 to 12, Eels obviously 1 to 12. I think Broncos 1 to 12, but I think it could potentially be on the higher end. So a 12-point win, I really do. I think this might be a tough game for the Cowboys. All right, next up, we've got the Roosters and the Warriors. Look, man, shout out to the Warriors. Absolutely love them, but they're not winning this game. Roosters are going to be, for one, pissed off that they lost to the Dolphins. 2, they have Joey Manu returning. They're going to be a completely different team. I'm calling it right now. They're going to want blood, and unfortunately, the Warriors will be the team that receives this flogging. All right, next up, Dolphins against the Raiders. Oh my God, the Dolphins are at 64%. Look, man, you tip the Dolphins. I've got a lot of respect for you if you do again. The Dolphins looked outstanding last week, but I can't. I think last week might have been a bit of a fluke, to be honest. And I might be eating my words at the end of this round, but I'm backing the Raiders here. I think the Raiders get the job done. It's going to be a massively different atmosphere at, I think it's Morton. Oh no, what is it? KO Stadium out there in Redcliffe. So I think Raiders will get the win there. I thought the Raiders were phenomenal in the second half against the Cowboys. Don't get me wrong, the Dolphins were outstanding last week, but I do think the Raiders win this game. So it'll be a 1 to 12 margin. This one will be 13 plus. I'm going the Raiders here. But again, I'm not all that confident. But I think a lot of people are going to tip the Dolphins now. Look, I think the Dolphins went into that Roosters game with no pressure on them. Roosters had so much pressure on them to win that game, and I think that's a big factor of it. Now the Dolphins are going to go into this game. They're going to be. I reckon these prices are going to flip, and the Raiders are going to go to maybe $1.92 or something like that. I think the Dolphins, I reckon they'll get beaten this week. I really do. All right, next up, we've got the Storm and the Bulldogs. Cameron Munster out for the Storm. That is so disrespectful. I'm backing the Dogs in this one. And you might think I'm joking and I'm going to change it to the Storm, but I'm not. I am backing the Bulldogs in this one. Look, they were horrible against Manly. Don't get me wrong, they were very disappointing. But I think that they're going to be a completely different outfit this week. I reckon Bulldogs win this one. I honestly do. It's going to be a 1 to 12 margin, but I think the Doggies get a win here. And look, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, mate, you're off your head. It's at Melbourne. Storm are going to win this one. But honestly, I think Cameron Munster adds so much to that team. I know they got Harry Grant and all those boys as well, but Matt Burton will be filthy at himself for the poor performance he put on last week. I reckon he's going to stand up this week, and Storm are going to get beaten. I think it'll be very close, like another 1-point game. But I reckon Dogs turn it around and get a win this week. Big statement, big call, but I reckon they do. All right, next up, we've got the Tigers and the Knights, and 64% of people are tipping the Tigers. I agree. I think the West Tigers will get a very good win this week. I think they're going to learn from their mistakes last week. I think Api Coruscant is going to play the whole 80 minutes. They're not going to run what they did last week because it was absolutely stupid. Isaiah Papali'i will want to step up and have a better game this week. I think Tigers get a good win there. I reckon on the higher end of a 1-12 win. All right, next up we got the Dragons against the Titans. How the Dragons are favourites in this game is beyond me because I think the Titans win this one 13 plus. I disrespected the Titans last week, and I'll be the first to admit that. I think the Titans really will perform this week and absolutely flog the Dragons. I'm a firm believer in that, and just want to say, BKR, mate, I apologise because I am one of the ones that underestimated the Titans, and I won't do that again. Don't you worry about that. But yeah, let's review my tips for round 2. And I know you guys are going to say, mate, you're off your head. Too many upsets. Not going to happen. Look at round 1. That's all I've got to say. This year, you just never know. So Rabbits to win 1-12, Eels to win 1-12, Broncos to win 1-12, Roosters 13 plus, Raiders 1-12, Doggies 1-12, Tigers 1-12, and Titans 13 plus. Let me know who you're tipping, guys. Drop down your best bets for the weekend too if you want to. I'd love to hear from you guys, but that is going to wrap it up from me. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, my friends, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.